And we're back. Good news, guys. I was playing with the geometry and I figured out what I believe is the solution to our little problem. So we're going to do a little bit of more math together. Luckily, it's nothing complicated, so I will be able to explain it, hopefully. But we can take a look at this one. So what I actually realized I can do is inside of the Unity editor, I'm able to change the position of the instances of these prefabs while the game is running. So what I did was change this one to 10.5 and 6.5. Somehow that number seems to have, I would arguably say it seems to have centered it, right? So then similarly, let's try and apply the same concept to this one. So I just click on it and let's give it a 23.5. Yeah, right? And then a 7.5. And that seems to center it. And we can try lowering it a little bit. Let's do that. Maybe 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So it's just going to be a little bit of a game on the height, I think, of trying to get it kind of level, right? Because I think it should kind of be like slightly submerged. But I do like this level right here. This looks pretty cool. I think that looks good. So, okay, so we like this new height that we've discovered. Sorry, let me go back. So the new value we want in this is 0.36. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that and go right into our code base and plug that in as the center Z, I believe. Not sure that that's actually the right word for that. It's kind of like a Y. Yeah, I think we just call this a height. You know, we don't need to be... Oh, I see. Yeah, we'll just call it center Z for now. I'm going to figure out the right word later, but it looks like we want to put the barracks at 0.36. That's a good start there. And then let's go back over here. And this is at 0.87. Oh, well, let me make sure that's actually what we want, right? Let's go over here. So this guy's over at 0.87. What if we try 0.8? That's too low. 8.6, 8.7, 8.8, 7.4, 3, 2, 1. Right, somewhere around 8.7 is actually what we want. Yeah, I think if we just do 8.7, we'll be good because we're gonna put a desert texture on the floor soon too. So I think kind of having this little bleed effect is what we're going for. Cool, I like 8.7. So we'll go ahead and update that as well. And then I'm gonna have to start kind of keeping track of the heights, I think, of these things, because that's going to be really relevant. And now lastly, I do want to figure this out because we have a center X, which should be somehow a 0.5 seems to do it, which I don't understand how that works. Maybe if I zoom in on this, it'll kind of explain it. I wish I could figure out how to zoom in on this thing. It is so confusing. Oh, that's cool. I can move around. Oh, wow, look at that. It's probably not that impressive, but I think it's impressive. I'm learning stuff here. And hope you guys are learning something too. Okay, so let's see. What am I trying to look at here? I don't even remember what I was trying to do. Let's see if there's a coffee shop near here. Alright, I found the coffee shop. Lo-fi fruits. Wow, that's funny. So let's try to stay focused. Maybe that would be better. We don't need this. We don't need this. This is kind of nice to paste stuff in. Kind of think the thing. Okay, I don't know if we're really making any more models right now, though. Cool. So let's keep going with this thing, right? So we got these two models. I don't remember what I was trying to see here, but I don't think there's anything really that important, right? So I was putting the numbers in, and I finished putting those. And then the next thing to think about is the other numbers, right? So it's interesting that I don't fully understand how centering it at 10.5 makes much sense. Let's change this to this tool. Yeah, so that part I don't get, because like if it's centered at 10.5, if I do negative 180, let's try to see what it looks like. Oh, you know what is actually pretty interesting is the center is the corner of it, it seems. And that's the detail that I'm not really grasping here. So if I click here, see, that's what the center of it is, right? That's fine if that's the center, I think. Okay, no, I'm totally wrong. It's not the center. Maybe this will show me that the center is. Yeah, I don't at all understand this center concept. But I suppose perhaps it's not the biggest problem. But, yeah, so if, look, this is 9. This is 10, this is 11. Somehow 10.5. And then this is 6.5, which I believe is that point. So somehow that being the center gives us the desired effect. Huh. Now, what happens if I were to take it and scale it to 50, right? And then if I just change it to 10 and 6. Now, with this, is it still centered? Yeah, it's still centered, right? Okay, and we can actually see pretty clearly, I would argue, that it is centered over the right thing too. So interestingly enough, based on the size, we're adding like a 0.5. Now if we change it to be 4, or no, don't do that. Let's not make any code changes. Let's just change it in here, right? So if we go back to the select thing, change this to 11.7 and put 200, 200, 200. Does that do what I think it does? Let's just change the height once to be 1.5, 2.5. Yeah, maybe 1.8. Yeah, 1.75. 73 seems good. Okay. So that doesn't do it. 10.5, 6.5. Oh, that works if we make it a 4x4 as well, seemingly. Though, now it appears to be centered at a different spot, right? Now it's around 9. So, what if I do 9.5? No, 11.5, right? And then 7. Right, so that gets us back to starting at 10.7. Okay, so I don't understand the math. I'm going to be honest. But what I can tell you is that if we want this, I want that. And then I think we want this, because if we're doing I don't know why we want 10 though. I think we wanted it 8, right? So 8 and 22 seems right to me. And then I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this start X and we can do something like if width equals, so the width and height are going to be the same because it's a cubic thing, right? So we could just have a single width thing. We don't need to duplicate that. Okay, and now if width equals, so I think we start by saying float center X equals start X, right? And then we do start Y and center Y. And then we're gonna take, so I noticed if the width is 2, we're adding a 0.5. If the width is 1, we're adding, well, are we adding or subtracting? Let's just try and do plus. So if width is 1, we want to add 0. So it's like a width minus 1 times 0.5f. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's see if that makes any difference. So we're going to go ahead and stop the game and hope for the best. Can't tell if that's wrong, but it looks wrong. It also looks wrong, and the heights are wrong, which is interesting because these are not the same numbers that I'm typing in here, because there's no way that that equals that. Maybe the rotation changes things. Is there any debug logging? Okay. It's pretty interesting that we're typing 8.5 but it's coming up with a different number. I think it might be worth asking the AI. Why is this happening? I'm seeing these logs, but then I inspect the game entities and see these locations. Can I copy? That's on that one. And then we just say copy position. Why is this happening and how to fix? I would expect the locations to match the logs. Okay, so apparently this will make a difference. But there's also apparently a better fix by adjusting the prefab. So we'll try that next. We'll take the quick fix, whatever that means. Okay. It still looks clearly wrong. That didn't fix. Well, I don't know that it didn't fix this. Save it. Yeah, it looks like it didn't fix it. So that definitely did not fix it. Okay, bro, this is pretty fucking annoying. I'm not going to lie. The sunset here. 5:20. Okay. Have a little time. So yeah, all the code it just wrote was bad. Still confused about how this shit works. So let's just try to play with it again here. One thing I'm not sure about is that. So if we change this guy up to 0.87, right? It looks smaller, which is really bothering me. No, it's not that it's smaller, it's just that it's off center, right? Yeah, and then it's 6.5. Yeah, so it is the right size. Again, somehow just these numbers are getting translated. This is off by 0.11. This is off by 0.18. So that 0.21 and 0.19. Interesting. I don't really understand how it got those offsets. It does seem like the AI did give a reasonable hint to take a look at the prefab. Wonder if the prefab includes some offsets, right? Okay. It's pretty clear that it doesn't. Now, wonder if this doesn't need anything. The board tile root and the board tile again don't contain any offsets. This box collider does not seem useful. Also don't know why we have a board tile script, but we'll figure that out later. Probably give it a few more minutes before I take my dog out to the park. I gotta get some groceries on the way back. Huh. Don't understand the issue at all, which is unfortunate. There's got to be some kind of logic that affects these positions. You can see this. What is actual position? I wonder if it has to do with this parent transform concept. This is inside of which thing? Board manager? Why don't we look at our board manager? It has a parent transform. None of these changes are working. What other strategies can I consider, and why might it be different than the values in the script? What kind of prefabs do we have? Okay. We're gonna have to fix the prefab. It seems to think that. But if instead we do some sort of model adjustments. Oh, this is making sense. This is probably a nice, easy little fix that will probably be a good approach. I think the offset strategy is probably the right idea. Because remember, we found these little 0.20 and 0.18, or whatever it was, offsets. Oh, how did it know this? Okay. Alright, let's see how that goes. So we're just probably gonna have to fix the prefabs. I'm gonna be honest, building with AI is so cool. Wow, we did it. Sweet. Build this. Let's get it running on my fucking phone. Let's close Xcode because this thing's gonna blow up. Alright, we're gonna open it. And we're gonna run this guy. And we're gonna see that the build failed. And we're gonna automatically manage. And we're gonna use my team. And then we're gonna say com.jmaster.board game. Alright, and then we're gonna press the button again. That way I can show it to my friends at the dog park. That's good for now. I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.